casting ballots. In the most high-profile down-ballot race, El Paso County Commissioner Daryl Glenn is battling Senator Michael Bennet. With just 2 weeks to go before Election Day, Glenn talked exclusively with KRDO News Channel 13's Eric Fink.
Trying to stay positive in his uphill climb to defeat an incumbent Democrat with better name recognition and more money, Daryl Glenn likes being the underdog.
We're going to win this race.
Earlier this month, when the Access Hollywood video of Donald Trump surfaced, Glenn took 3 positions in 36 hours. First, he condemned Trump's lewd comments, but was still supporting him. Then, 7 hours later, he called for Trump to step aside. Then, after the second debate, he wanted to have a conversation with Trump. So, with 2 weeks to go.
So I've already voted, but I wish he would actually spend more time talking to Mr. Bennet about whether or not he actually supports Hillary Clinton.
So, where do you stand?
I've already answered that question. I've already voted for Mr. Trump.
Glenn beat a crowded Republican field back in June by 13 points to win the primary. But every poll we've seen taken this general election has the El Paso County Commissioner trailing Senator Bennet. But Glenn says he doesn't pay attention to the polls.
A lot of the polling that's out there right now is designed to kind of shape the electorate, and we are not really focused on polls. We're out talking to people, and that's what really matters.
Bennet says he wants the federal government to take Colorado's lead on adopting gun safety laws, including background checks and limiting high-capacity magazines. Glenn disagrees.
If you go back and look at how those laws were implemented, they were implemented under a Democratic administration with a governor, and they had both the state house and the state senate, and they rammed things through, and it was not on a bipartisan basis. But here you go again with Mr. Bennet saying he wants to be bipartisan.
And the Republican says no to Amendment 70. If passed, Colorado will see $12 minimum wage by 2020.
Our labor participation rate is a D. And when you're actually trying to artificially raise the minimum wage, you're going to hurt the very people that you're trying to help.
A retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, Glenn hopes to surprise Colorado on election night. Eric Fink, KRDO News Channel 13.
And Eric talks one-on-one with Glenn's opponent, Senator Michael Bennet, tomorrow on KRDO News Channel 13.